we're going to be looking at some exercises for developing a better posture. Nowadays, people are developing a sort of kyphotic posture, rounding of the upper back through working in office jobs, through sitting at home looking at the iPad and the iPhone instead of sitting back and reclining like people used to, and it's developing a posture that's causing issues that can relate to headaches, it can relate to issues around the body as other muscles get a little bit shortened or tightened. So what we're primarily going to be looking at today is stretching out two muscles, pectoralis major and upper traps, and then exercises for strengthening the neck flexors and the lower traps. I'm going to be doing that with the help of Alex. She's going to be showing you some exercises, and we're going to be looking at how just doing these 4 exercises, 2 strengthening, 2 lengthening, are going to develop a better posture for you. First ones we're going to look at are the lengthening exercises, so essentially stretching the muscles. So like I said before, it's the pectoralis major and the upper traps that we're mainly concerned with for better posture. Okay, so Alex is going to show a simple pectoralis major, a chest stretch for you now. So her hands go into her lower back, shoulders stay nice and relaxed, chin stays lifted, and then her attempt is to squeeze the elbows together as best she can. So by doing that, she's stretching out the pecs around the front, if you see here. So this line is getting stretched by these elbows being pulled together. Okay, if you're with a partner, you can get them just to gently squeeze the elbows a little bit more, and it just gets more of a stretch along the front of the chest. So that's the pectoralis major. The other ones we're concerned with are the upper traps up here. So Alex is now doing an upper trap stretch where she's interlocking her fingers, and then she's creating a little bit of a gap between her elbows, almost like, I remember when I was training, we learned it as if you're hugging a tree, and it creates that little bit of movement there that stretches out the upper traps. Chin stays slightly up. It doesn't come fully up, because if you come fully up, then you're stretching on the neck a little bit, but it's focused on looking forward. Okay, so that's a stretch for the upper traps. So we've done the stretching exercises. The next one is the strengthening exercises. So the first one we're going to focus on is the neck flexors. It's not an exercise that you'll do in the gym or see people doing in the gym, but it's simple. All we need is a wall and then a little bit of activity. Essentially, you're going to be trying to create a double chin, okay, which I'm unfortunately going to be putting on camera, but hey ho. Okay, so your shoulders and head need to be against the wall, and they need to stay against the wall. And then from there, all you simply do is create a double chin. It's going to be hard for me to speak when I do it, so I'll just show you the activity. You only need to hold the exercises for a couple of seconds each time, but one thing to be aware of, which people do particularly the first time, is they just drop their jaw to create the double chin, which you want to avoid. You'll see that a lot, and you'll know if you've done it after a workout, because the next day actually your jaw hurts rather than anything else. So that's one to look out for. And also making sure that the head stays against the wall throughout. So that's for your neck flexors. The final strengthening exercise we're going to do is for the lower trap muscles, these ones in here. So again, like for the neck flexors, it's not something you see many people do in the gym. What I'm going to have to do is lie down. I'm going to try and explain it as best I can for you before I do that, because it's a little bit hard to speak when I'm lying face down. But the purpose of the movement is that you have to, with your arms extended, retract your shoulders and then try and lift your arms up. You're not going to get a great deal of movement, and it's actually going to feel quite tough despite having no weights in your hands. But it's important that your first movement to activate the lower traps is a retraction of the shoulders before lifting the arms. Hopefully you'll see what I mean now. I'll try and speak, but it may not come across as well, so that's why I just explained it, but I'll go down and show you. Head needs to stay down throughout. First movement is retraction of the shoulders and then lifting of the arms. I'll do that again for you now. So try and look at the 2 different movements. Retraction of the shoulders, then lifting the arms. Retract, lift. Retract, lift. Without the retraction of the shoulders, that movement first, you're not going to activate the lower traps. It's just going to be a shoulder and upper trap workout. So it's important to do that as the first movement. So the 4 things you need to do for better posture to avoid that kyphotic posture: stretch the chest, stretch the upper traps, strengthen the neck flexors, strengthen the lower traps, and you'll have less headaches, better posture, good all round.